All right, let's go ahead and get started. Go ahead and bring yourself into child's pose. If you need some instruction to get there, you can start on your hands and knees. Bring your big toes together to touch. Sit your hips back toward your heels. And you have a couple options. You can keep your knees together, spread your knees apart. Maybe try something different. Fold your torso over your thighs, and then bring your forehead resting onto your mat. Now that last little detail is the one that I think is the most important. So give a little wiggle, give a little fidget. Get yourself kind of settled in. And the reason for bringing your forehead on your mat is when you do so, it allows your neck to relax. And when your neck relaxes, it's an indication to the rest of your body that it can relax as well. So it helps you relax your whole body. Begin to feel nice and heavy, nice and soft. It's just you and gravity and your mat. Close your eyes and begin to pay attention to your breath. Now throughout class, I'll be giving lots of breath cues. The whole idea behind the Vinyasa flow practice is to link breath and movement. But for these next few moments, don't worry about any of those details. Just notice your breath. Just gently notice your inhales, you fill up a little bit, and then your exhales, you deflate and your body softens a little bit. It's those exhales that stimulate your parasympathetic nervous system, and it brings up a feeling of calm and safety throughout your body. So your inhales take care of themselves. So I focus a lot on exhales, both when practicing and teaching. So you'll hear a lot about that. And for the next 57 or 8 minutes or so, try to maintain conscious control over your breath. So make it purposeful. I'm giving lots of cues. So maybe now you begin to consciously control by lengthening your inhales and deepening your exhales. Again, nothing too dramatic to begin with. You're not really doing anything physical. You're going to need a little more fuel as we move along. Lengthen your inhales and deepen your exhales. A tradition we have in Yoga to the People, which seems a little weird doing it in this format, but I will be offering collective breaths. These vibrational breaths, lots of benefits. It relaxes your face and relaxes your central nervous system. But most importantly, it does make sure that you take a complete full exhale, so you can take a complete full inhale to replenish the oxygen in your body, which is to fuel your muscles used throughout class. Let's try one of those now. Wherever you are in your breath cycle, turn it into an exhale, squeeze your lungs, empty all the way to the very bottom. Hold for 1 beat. Take a deep, full inhale through your nose all the way to the very top. Sip in a little more air, hold for 2 beats, then open your mouth as you exhale, make some sort of noise, sigh, H-A, ha, can always be a you can sing a note, whatever you want, something expressive on your exhales. You can take those whenever you want. Just like child's pose, you never need my permission. So child's pose is a resting pose. You can come back here anytime you want to regain your strength. If you ever feel as though your breath is compromised, you're inhaling greedily, you're exhaling desperately, just take a break, come back and join us when you're ready. All right, it's yoga time. Let's have some fun. Begin to gently bring some motion into your child's pose. Maybe rock your forehead side to side. Maybe carry that motion down your spine, rock your hips side to side. Begin to take a little bit of physical inventory. See how your body's feeling. Your body's different every day. Just kind of meet it where it is. Never forceful, never overexerting. If your arms are not already out in front of you, go ahead and extend your arms long out in front of you. Begin to activate, begin to extend. So what I do is sort of inchworm one hand a little forward, stretch one side of my body around the rib cage, under the armpit, side body, then inchworm the other hand a little bit more forward. Just begin to move and breathe a little bit in that. Maybe tent up on your fingertips, like you're protecting 2 cupcakes. And when you do that, you can press your chest down toward your mat, stretch your underside body a little more. And in some engaged position, let's take a breath. It's going to feel a little different because you're a little more extended now. Go ahead and exhale into your lungs. Deep full breath in through your nose. And open mouth, exhale. Ha. Now crawl your right hand to the right side of your mat. You can come off your mat onto whatever flooring is near you. Bring your left hand up to it, underneath or beyond. You can even interlace your left fingers in through your right fingers and just begin to stretch. So press your left hip back toward your left heel. And as you inhale, fan open your left side rib cage. And then exhale, soften your left hip toward your left heel. Take one more inhale. As you exhale, walk your hands across your mat. Bring your left hand to the left side of your mat, maybe off your mat. Bring your right hand up to your left, maybe underneath, maybe beyond. Maybe you interlace your right fingers into your top of your left fingers. Kind of use that engagement. You can sort of assist in opening up your right side. Press your right hip toward your right heel. As you inhale, fan open your right side rib cage. Exhale, press your right hip toward your right heel. Take one more inhale, then exhale, come back through center. Inhale, come up to tabletop position, all fours, hands directly beneath your shoulders, and the knees directly under your hips. Bring your attention to your hands. Point your middle finger straight toward the front of the room. Spread your fingers as wide as you can. Stretch the webbing between your fingers. Then flatten your palms down as much as you can so your palms are like suction cups. As much skin on your mat as you can. Identify the pad of your thumb and the first knuckle of your index finger. Press down into your mat in that L shape. Maybe grip with your fingertips. Maybe lift the heels of your hands as you're pressing weight forward on your fingertips. Reason to do that is so you use your forearm muscles. You don't just load up weight into your wrists. Do some cats and cows. Inhale, drop your belly, lift your head, lift your tailbone for cow. And then exhale, round your spine, tuck your chin, look at your navel for cat. Inhale, drop your belly, lift your head, try to touch the back of your head and your tailbone, look up. Exhale, round your spine, tuck your chin for cat. Now continue to move through a series of these on your breath. Maybe you keep your eyes closed. Again, do some exploration, do some inventory of your body, see how you're feeling. Search into the little nooks and crannies. You can invite any other shapes that you want. You can kind of wag your tail, bring your right shoulder toward your right hip, make sort of a C-curve shape with your torso. Or maybe when you move into cow, you point your elbows outward, traction your hands back towards your knees, stretch your underside body. When you move into cat, you point the creases of your wrists toward the front of the room, press your hips forward. Just some options. Now, next time you come to cat, pause. And really overemphasize your cat. Really round your spine like a scared Halloween cat. Spread your shoulder blades nice and wide. Curl your toes under as you inhale. As you exhale, lift your knees, hovering just 1 inch off your mat. Going to be here for a couple of breaths. Early ab work. If you want to add a little more work, do cats and cows with your knees lifted. So inhale with your knees lifted, drop your belly, lift your head. Go nice and slow if this is unfamiliar. Exhale, round your spine, tuck your chin with your knees hovering. Inhale, drop your belly, lift your head. And then next exhale, send your hips up toward the ceiling, move into downward facing dog, upside down V shape. Now keep it moving, break it apart, move it around. Not a finished product to begin with. Bend one knee, bend the other. I like to alternate weight in my hands, so it's sort of like I'm walking on my hands. Just notice how that activates different muscles, makes you sort of balance your body in different ways. Maybe take your right arm, reach under your body, grab the outside of your left lower shin or ankle. A little bit of a twist, drop your right shoulder down, look under your left arm. Switch it up, left arm under your body, outside of your right shin, right thigh. Drop your left shoulder down, look under your right arm. Now set up some details. So we come to downward dog quite a bit. Again, look at your hands, spread your fingers nice and wide, shoulder width distance, maybe a teeny bit wider. And try to sort of skid the roots of your thumb, where your thumb pad, kind of press into that so you kind of like try to stretch your mat. Hollow out your armpits, wrap your triceps toward each other. Take a look back at your feet, hip width distance, about the size of your head between your feet. Hide your heels behind your toes so your feet are like the number 11. Now bend your knees, press your heart toward your thighs, press your tailbone up toward the ceiling, create a nice long straight line from your hand up your arm through your torso and out your hips. Next inhale, lift your right leg straight back behind you. So point your right toes, look at your right toes, point them straight down towards your mat. Flex your heel, toes toward your face, try to press your heel in the back wall. Press equal weight into both hands, press your heart toward your thighs. Squeeze your left leg straight. Next inhale, point your right toes, lift your right leg up nice and high. And as you exhale, bend your right knee, stack your hips, and open up your right side body. If you want to Activate a little more. Actively press your right palm into your mat. Pull your right hip away from your right lower ribs. Provide more of a stretch on your right side body. Look under or over your left arm. See if you can see your toes. Maybe swivel your hip, bend your knee, twirl your ankle. Next inhale, square your hips, kick your right leg up high. Exhale, drop your toes to your mat. Next inhale, send your left leg straight back behind you. Now, nice and active. Equal weight in both hands. Press your heart toward your thighs. Squeeze your right leg straight. Flex your left toes toward your face. Now inhale, point your toes, kick your left leg up nice and high. Keep your leg engaged. And as you exhale, bend your knees, stack your hips. Open up left side. If you want the little more activated version, actively press your left palm into your mat, like it's pressing your mat away. Pull your left hip away from your left lower ribs. Really engage, opening up your left side body. Look under or over your right arm, see if you can see your toes. Next inhale, square your hips, kick your leg up high. Exhale, drop your toes down to your mat. Inhale, look forward to the front of your mat. And as you exhale, take a nice casual tiptoe stroll, walk yourself toward the front of your mat, come into forward fold at the front of your mat. Now when you get there, hang nice and heavy, nothing to do. Bend your knees a little or a lot, drape your torso over your thighs. Just let gravity take over. You gotta it's like your brain feels heavy in your skull. You're just letting gravity pull your head down toward your mat. Try to soften along the length of your spine so your lower back softens and releases. Yeah, Ben, great idea. You can hug behind your legs, pull your torso toward your thighs, grab opposite elbows, sway side to side and ragdoll. This is a resting pose too. You can always take advantage of this anytime during class. Now take a look at your feet, set them up hip width distance. If you want to measure, that's two soft fists firmly between your inner arches, nice and snug. Make a capital letter H. Look at the outside edges of your feet, make them parallel with the sides of your mat. So it's probably toes in and heels out just a little bit. Maybe you overcompensate a little to begin with, they're going to tend to wander. Next inhale, come up for half lifts. Put your hands on your shins or your thighs. This is an active pose. I always think of this as the moment we really switch on for class. So press your fingertips into your legs so you can pull your shoulders away from your ears. Okay, so you slide your shoulder blades down your back and then squeeze your shoulder blades together. Suck your low belly up and in. Arch your upper spine. Press your tailbone up toward the ceiling. Rock weight forward on your toes. And take each inhale, extend the crown of your head toward the front of the mat. Maybe tuck your chin a little bit. Then exhale, soften just a millimeter. Now search for sensation along the backs of your legs. Inhale, extend. Press your tailbone up. Exhale, soften a little bit. Again, target the backs of your legs. Take one more inhale. Then exhale, hinge forward, forward fold. Inhale, come up for a half lift. Exhale, sweep your arms forward, bring your biceps by your ears. It's a little bit harder. Inhale, tilt your body up, rise up to extended mountain pose. We took the scenic route to get there. But when you get there, maybe close your eyes. Maybe rock side to side, forward and back a little bit. Get some input from your feet, see what your feet are telling you, where your weight is balanced. I realized when somebody instructed me that I always carried weight on my toes, so I always have to think about rocking weight back in my heels. Now press down on your big toe mounds, lift up in your inner arches. Activate your lower leg muscles, build a nice strong foundation. Rock 2/3 of your weight back into your heels. Now engage your front quad muscles, pull up in your kneecaps. Nice strong foundation. Now point your tailbone down toward your mat, suck your low belly up and in, create a pelvic tilt, and lock that in with your strong core muscles. Now from your waistband up, grow up nice and tall. Soften your shoulders away from your ears, but your arms are nice and active. So take a look at your palms. Face your palms toward each other. Then tilt your palms a little bit behind you. And you do that by wrapping your triceps together. By wrapping your triceps together a little bit, you get some room so you can soften your shoulders away from your ears. Take one more inhale, grow tall, fingertips up, and then point your thumbs toward the back of the room, maybe a little bit of a back bend. Then as you exhale, very slowly hinge forward, nice and slow, nice and controlled, forward fold, completely drain your lungs on the way down. Let's put that to breath. Next inhale, sweep your arms forward, rise up, extended mountain pose. Now you can press your palms, drive your fingers toward the ceiling, maybe reach up, reach back. When your exhale comes, hinge forward, forward fold, nice and slow, nice and controlled, completely drain your lungs on the way down. One more time like a wave. Inhale, sweep your arms up, extended mountain pose. Maybe cactus your arms, shine your heart up toward the ceiling. Press your elbows down and back. And when your exhale comes, hinge forward, forward fold. Inhale up for a half lift, low belly up and in. Then exhale, plant your hands, step one foot back, then the other, come to high plank position and pause. Now I'm gonna be here for a few breaths. If this ever, makes you a little panic like middle school gym class or something like that, you can always lower your knees to your mat. Now set up your hands like we had them in downward facing dog. So your fingers nice and wide. Flatten as much of your palm down into your mat as you can. Stack your elbows above your wrists, shoulders above your elbows. And instead of collapsing into your shoulders, press away so you're spreading, you're widening across your upper back and spreading your shoulder blades. Now traction your hands back toward your toes, create a pelvic tilt. Notice how you engage your abdominal muscles when you do that. Stack your heels directly above your toes and squeeze your legs nice and straight. Press some weight into your fingertips. You can try to lift the heels of your hands off your mat. Can't really do it, but just notice how that activates your forearm muscles. I'm going to set up our Vinyasa flow. We do it to breath. Stay with me in the first one. Inhale, press away and rock forward. Exhale, lower just halfway down. Squeeze your elbows into your rib cage. Inhale, upward facing dog. Untuck your toes. Straighten your arms. Shine your heart forward and up. Just the tops of your feet and your hands on your mat. Maybe look up. Exhale, hips up, downward facing dog. That's our flow. We do it a whole bunch. I think of it as an opportunity to resynchronize with your breath if you ever lose that coordination between your breath and your movement. So don't throw it away. I'll talk you through a couple of variations on that as we go through. All right, let's take a breath. Exhale into your lungs. Take a deep, full breath in through your nose. And open mouth, exhale. Next inhale, send your right leg up and back. Exhale, bring your knee to your nose, around your spine, tuck your chin. Inhale, send your right leg up and back. Exhale, bring your knee to your right knee, right tricep. Look over your right shoulder. Keep your left hip lifted. Inhale, right leg up and back. Exhale, bring your left knee, right knee to your left elbow under your body. Try to make them touch. Inhale, right leg up and back. Exhale, knee to nose. Step your right foot between your hands. If it doesn't quite get there, you can nudge it forward with your right hand. Take a nice long stride. Maybe work your left toes back. Lower your left knee. Untuck your left toes for a low lunge. Now you can kind of stay here. We're trying to activate or target the upper front of your left thigh, left hip flexor. So press your hips down and forward a little bit, just gentle. You can press the top of your left foot into your mat. Maybe squeeze your left leg a little bit straight. If you want to go a little deeper, you can stack your shoulders above your hips. It gives you a little more weight to work with. Interlace your fingers on top of your right thigh. Press your thigh away from you. Again, just thinking, press your hips down and forward. And squeeze your left butt as well. Keep everything nice and activated. Inhale, reach your fingers up toward the ceiling. Press your palms, maybe a little back bend. Then as you exhale, release your hands, bring your hands to your low back, interlace your fingers, clasp your hands, and drive your knuckles down towards your mat so the back of your left hand is touching the inner part of your left thigh, broad across your collarbones. Take one more inhale. And exhale, release. Keep your left hand on your mat, bend your left knee, reach around with your right arm, grab your left foot, and notice something's going on. So you can either kind of kick your foot into your hand, or you can pull your heel toward your left glute, or maybe try to just experiment with those two different activities you can do. One may feel like, oh my God. One may feel like, oh, I kind of like this. Go ahead and release, but just gently drop your toes back. Don't let it fling. Now, stand on your right foot, straighten your right leg, kick your left leg back behind you. This is a one-legged half lift. Little bounce in. As you exhale, bring your left foot forward to meet your right. Step your feet hip width distance. Inhale, half lift. And then exhale, hinge forward, forward fold. Next inhale, sweep your arms up, rise up, extended mountain pose. You can actually bring your feet together. Here's what we're going to do. Press your palms together, interlace your fingers. Flip your palms so they're facing the ceiling, and then press your palms up toward the ceiling, straighten your elbows. Bring your biceps back by your ears. Now with your hands engaged like this, you get more leverage. Feet together are a little separated. As you inhale, press your palms up toward the ceiling, but tuck your tailbone down, low belly up and in. As you exhale, bend your right and your hips to the left. As you inhale, press your palms away from you, stretch your left side body. Then exhale, bump your hips to the left and maybe bend a little bit deeper. About 2/3 of your weight back into your heels. Broaden across your upper chest. Maybe send your arms back behind you a little bit. Take one more inhale, maybe bend a little more. Exhale, come back to center. Inhale, grow as tall as you can. Press your palms toward the ceiling. Exhale, bend your left, bump your hips to the right. Weight back in your heels. Squeeze both arms straight. Inhale, press your palms up and away. Stretch your right side body. Exhale, bump your hips to the right, maybe deeper, a little deeper. Strength from flexibility, flexibility from strength. Take one more inhale. Exhale, come back to center. Inhale, reach up, reach back. Then exhale, hinge forward, forward fold. Completely empty your lungs on the way down. Inhale up for a half lift. Exhale, plant your hands on your mat, step your left foot back, keep your left heel lifted, keep your left hand planted. Inhale, sweep your right arm up, low lunge, revolve, twist. Now left fingers about in line with your right toes, about a handprint between your left hand and your right foot. Stack your left heel above your left toes, squeeze your left leg straight. Now lift your left hip, so everything from your navel down, twist left, everything from your navel, twist right. Try to peel open your chest and shoulders, peel your torso away from your thighs. Activate your right fingertips. So push down with your left hand, reach up with your right fingertips. Bring your chin to your right shoulder. One more inhale, reach up and twist. Exhale, bring your right hand to your mat, step your right foot back and move through a flow. Exhale, lower halfway down. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Next inhale, send your left leg up and back. Exhale, bring your knee to your nose, around your spine, tuck your chin, pull your thigh up into your rib cage. Inhale, left leg up and back. Exhale, left knee, left elbow, left tricep. Look to your left, lift your right hip. Inhale, send your left leg up and back. Exhale, on your body, left knee, right elbow. Try to make them touch. Inhale, left leg up and back. Exhale, knee to nose, step your foot between your hands. Take a nice long stride, you know where we're going. Maybe work your right toes back a little further. Drop your right knee, uncurl your right toes, low lunge. Now press your hips down and forward a little bit. Left to right can be very different, so just respect that. You can activate a little more. You can sort of engage your right thigh, press the top of your right foot into your mat, maybe engage your right glute. Maybe you lift your torso away from your thigh. Interlace your fingers, press your left. It's like you're pressing your left quad muscles away from you. Stack your shoulders, press your hips down and forward. Release your arms, sweep your arms up overhead. Reach up nice and tall, press your palms, maybe a little back bend. And release as you exhale, interlace your fingers at your low back. Now squeeze your palms together nice and tight. Straighten your elbows. Now drive your knuckles down toward your mat as you lift your heart toward the ceiling. So you're creating these opposing forces. Keep your belly engaged so you're not overarching your lower back, but really broaden across your front. Take one more inhale. As you exhale, release your hands. Frame your right foot. Keep your right hand planted. Reach your left arm back, bend your right knee, grab the top of your left foot. Little twist. Now think about what you're doing with your right thigh. You can actually press your hips more down and forward. Maybe kick your foot away. Maybe pull your heel a little closer. Do some experimentation. Maybe peel yourself and roll open. And go ahead and release without flinging your right foot back. Straighten your left leg, stand up. Kick your right leg behind you as a one-legged half lift. Arch your upper spine, maybe just on your fingertips, a little bit of a balance. And exhale, step your right foot forward. Inhale, half lift, low belly up and in, crown of head forward. Pull your shoulder blades away from your ears. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep your arms up, mountain pose. Exhale, bend your knees, sit your hips low, chair pose. We're coming in it from the upper angle. Reason for that is so you can keep your upper body nice and activated. Stack your shoulders back over your hips a little bit. Now rock weight into your heels. Go ahead and look at your feet, point your second toes straight forward, and track your kneecaps directly above your second toes. It's not like a gym squat. They're not wide, sitting down like this. It's pretty compact, and everything's nice and straight. Point your tailbone down, suck your lower belly up and in, knit your lower ribs together. Maybe in each inhale, reach up a little higher, arch your upper spine. Each exhale, sit a little lower. Take one more inhale, and exhale, hinge forward, forward fold. Bend your right knee, plant your right hand under your nose. As you inhale, drag your left hand up your right arm like you're pulling back a bow and arrow. Open up your shoulders and chest on the way. Maybe point your left elbow toward the ceiling, then unfurl your left hand. Maybe send a little weight, shift your hips to the left a little bit. Then kind of roll your right shoulder under and left shoulder back. Take one more inhale, peel yourself open, and exhale, release. Bend your left knee, plant your left hand under your nose, and like you're pulling back a bow and arrow as you inhale, drag your right fingertips up your left arm, cross your chest, peel your chest open as you go, peel your right shoulder open, maybe pause here, drive your right elbow up toward the ceiling and back behind you. Then unfurl your right arm. Maybe target the outside of your right leg, right IT band. Maybe shift things to the right a little bit. Content up on your fingertips. You take your left hand, grab the outside of your right leg. That helps you twist, gives you a little more leverage. Take one more inhale, twist to open. Then exhale, release. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, extended mountain pose, sweep your arms up. Press your palms, flip your fingers, flip your palms away, press your fingers, flip your palms away from you. Exhale, bend your knees, sit your hips low, chair pose. Now you get this leverage with your hands. So each inhale, bring your biceps back by your ears, arch your upper spine. As you exhale, sit a little lower, press your palms away from you. It's like you're pulling your torso away from your hips. Inhale, biceps by your ears. Exhale, sit lower as you push away. Take one more inhale, reach up. And exhale, hinge forward, forward fold. Inhale for half lift. And exhale, forward fold. Step your right foot back, keep your right heel lifted, keep your right hand planted. Inhale, sweep your left arm up, low lunge, revolve twist. Really squeeze your right leg straight. Engage your right glute. Very nice, Fernando. Yeah, look straight up. So you want to stack everything in one straight line. So from the palm of your right hand, you're building a structure across your arm, up your shoulders, and out your fingertips. Lift your right hip. So everything with your navel down, twist right. Everything with your navel up, twist left. Take one more inhale. Look up, exhale, release. Plant your left hand, step your left foot back, and move for a flow. So options on the flow, you can just go right back to down dog. You can go from high plank to up dog to down dog. Or just, if you're working on lowering down, just go an inch at a time. You don't have to go, lower is not better, actually higher is better. So just keep that in mind. Always lower your knees on those. All right, let's take a breath. Exhale into your lungs. Take a deep full breath in through your nose. And open mouth, exhale. Next inhale, send your right leg up and back. Exhale just one time, bring your knee to your nose, around your spine, tuck your chin, look back. Inhale, send your right leg up and back. Exhale, step your right foot between your hands. Pivot your back heel down to your mat and pause here. Now draw an imaginary line down the middle of your mat. Make sure your right heel is on the right side of the line, your left heel is on the left side, so you have a little space left to right. Press your hips down and forward. Inhale, arms up, rise up, warrior one. Now these warrior poses, all about your back leg. That's your power source. So squeeze your left leg straight. Press the outside edge of your left foot into your mat. Lift up on your left inner arch. Think about spiraling your left thigh bone up into your hips. Then use your left glute to press your right hip forward. So everything is steering to the right. Stack your right knee directly above your right ankle. Go ahead and look. If you can't see the instep of your right foot, just nudge your knee to the right a little bit. Maybe favor a little weight on the outside edge of your right foot. Put your tailbone down, tuck your low belly up and in. Straighten your elbows and bring your biceps by your ears. Use your arms as leverage, stack your shoulders above your hips. Take one more inhale, sit low, reach high. Exhale, warrior two, right arm forward, left arm back. And notice the choreography of your feet. You want to pivot your back foot so now the outside edge of your back foot parallel with your mat. Maybe take a longer stride front to back. Maybe bring your right foot a little closer to the center of your mat so you have sort of heel to heel alignment. Now, back leg. Press the outside edge of your left foot into your mat, squeeze your left leg straight. If you want to make a self-adjustment, bring your left hand, your left hip, right hand, your right thigh. Stack your torso directly above your hips. Maybe peel your left hip open, roll your right thigh open. Then extend your arms as long as you can. Drive your heels into your mat, squeeze your heels toward each other, create some buoyancy in your low body. Gaze over your right fingertips. Take one more inhale, sit low, reach long. Exhale, big exaggerated windmill, left arm up, over, forward and down, frame your right foot. Step your right foot back and pause. Shift your weight into your left hand, roll over the outside edge of your left foot, sweep your right arm up, side plank. Now lots of options. You can stagger your feet, you can lower a knee, lower an elbow, but press out of your left shoulder, reach your right fingertips straight up, broaden across your whole upper body. Press your right hip up, create a rainbow shape with your body, press both hips forward. You can reach your right fingertips toward the front of the room, you can lift your right leg. Take one more inhale. Exhale, slowly bring your right hand to your mat. Same exhale, lower halfway down. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Next inhale, send your left leg up and back. Exhale just one time, bring your knee to your nose. Inhale, send your left leg up and back. Exhale, bring your knee to your nose, step your foot between your hands, press your hips down and forward. Rotate your back heel down, inhale, arms up, rise up, warrior one. Now think about your foundation. Really engage your outside of your right foot, lift up in your right inner arch. Squeeze your right leg straight. Rotate your right thigh bone up into your hips, squeeze your right glute, press your right hip forward. Stack your left knee directly above your left ankle. Point your tailbone down, suck your low belly up and in. Reach your fingertips high, nice and active. Spread your fingertips like your fingers or your hands are talking to each other. Soften your shoulders away from your ears. Take one more inhale, sit low, reach high. Now think about your feet. Exhale, warrior two. I like to pivot on my back foot. Yeah, and then take a nice longer stride. Yes, Marika and Maki, that looks amazing. Now back leg, squeeze your right leg straight. Lift up in your right inner arch. If you want to do a self-adjustment, right hand, right hip, left hand, left thigh. Peel your right hip open, roll your left thigh open, stack your shoulders directly above your hips. Drive your heels into your mat, squeeze your heels in toward each other. Extend long across fingertips. Soft gaze. Take one more inhale, sit low, reach long. Exhale, big windmill, right arm up, over, forward, down, frame your left foot. Step your left foot back and pause. Shift your weight into your right hand, roll to the outside edge of your right foot, left arm up, side plank. Now left and right can be very different. Rihanna, that's great, nice rainbow shape, beautiful. Really actively press through your right hand, right shoulder, stack your shoulders in one line. Peel your torso open, you're trying to shine your heart up toward the ceiling a little bit. Bump your left hip up, press both hips forward. Take any variation you want, left arm forward, left leg up, tree or toe lock, amazing Kate, wow. Take one more inhale, exhale slowly, left hand to your mat, take yourself through a flow. Let's put that together, one breath, one movement. Warrior one, warrior two, side plank. One time on the right side, one time on the left side, with a flow after each. Take it away. I'm going to cue you through this one time if you're not familiar. So it's inhale, right leg up and back. Exhale, foot between your hands. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, sit low, reach long. Exhale, hands to your mat, step your foot back, and side plank. So you never really stop moving. You're just pausing momentarily as you're shifting your inhale to your exhale and moving from one breath to another. Use your breath to set your pace. Full complete inhales and complete empty exhales. Don't worry about the details. There's no scorecard, there's no judge's table, there's no grading on a curve. Maybe you close your eyes, it's okay to get wobbly. Inhale, now I move. Exhale, move again. Child's pose is always an option, either during one breath, one movement, anytime during class. Get back to downward facing dog, keep it active. Use your arms to press weight back into your feet. Think about spreading your sit bones. You're expanding your chest cavity like you're dumping your internal organs into your chest cavity. If you're in a position to do so, let's take a breath. Exhale, empty your lungs. Take a deep, full breath in through your nose. And open mouth, exhale. Next inhale, send your right leg up and back. Listen closely. As you exhale, step your right foot outside your right hand. So we're setting up for a side angle. Pivot your back heel down to your mat like a warrior 2 foot. Keep your right hand planted. As you inhale, sweep your left arm up, side angle. Now, if you can't quite reach the floor, you can always come up, bring your forearm onto your right thigh. Maybe just tent up on your fingertips or use a block or something like that. But think about it actively. You can use the back of your right arm into the inside of your right leg. Help yourself peel open. So push down with your right hand, pull up with your left fingertips, tuck your right butt under, peel open your left hip. Take one more inhale. As you exhale, bend your left elbow, going for a bind. Half bind if you want, top of your left fingertips, top of your right thigh. Or you can reach your right arm under your right thigh, look for your left fingertips. If you make that connection, use your right arm to pull your left arm straight, peel your left shoulder back, right shoulder under for a full bind. Bring your chin to your left shoulder. Each inhale, arch your upper spine. Each exhale, maybe twist a little more. Take one more inhale. Then exhale, release. Bring both hands to the instep of your right foot, setting up for lizard. Stack your left heel above your left toes. Nice long stride, front to back. Now rock forward and back. Target the hip flexor, left side of your thigh. And then next time you rock back, drop your left knee to your mat, uncurl your left toes. They're targeting more of the inside and outside of your right thigh. You can stay right here. Kind of work your way through it a little bit. Maybe squeeze your left leg a little bit straight, press your hips down and forward. If everything's feeling good, maybe lower to one elbow, then another. You don't need to, it's not better. Just explore your body. And then keep your right foot and your right knee tracking in the same position. So if your right knee is kind of bowing outward, which is fine, just point your right toes a little outward as well. You can even do that purposefully. You can even roll over to the outside edge of your right foot, press yourself down a little bit deeper. That targets the outside of your right thigh. Just go easy, never forceful in these hip openers. Just do some exploration. Going to be here for a few breaths and get a little uncomfortable. Just regulate your breath, lengthen your inhales, and deepen your exhales. Now, in each inhale, think about activating something. Maybe your left leg a little bit, left glute. Then as you exhale, soften. Maybe let your head hang heavy. Come back and plant both your hands on your mat. Bend your left knee. Reach your right arm up and around. It's kind of similar, we did it before. And just maybe go a little bit deeper this time. Maybe explore something a little bit different direction. Maybe pull your heel up toward your glute. And then exhale, release. Bring your both hands to your mat. Step your right foot back and move through a flow. Next inhale, send your left leg up and back. Exhale, step your left foot outside your left hand, setting up for side angle. Pivot your back heel down. Keep your left hand planted. As you inhale, sweep your right arm up for side angle. Now, it's kind of sneaky when you come in this way because you're already nice and low. It's going to feel a little bit different if you've done this pose a bunch. So maybe you try to go a little deeper. Again, don't force it, but you're already kind of in this lower position. Press the outside of your left arm, the inside of your left leg. Use that as leverage to peel open. Push away with your left hand as you pull up with your right fingertips. Run across your upper spine. Tuck your left butt under, roll your right hip back. Squeeze your right leg nice and straight. Set up for bind. Inhale, reach your fingertips up. Exhale, bend your right elbow. Drop your hand behind your back. Half bind if you want to just grab the top of your left thigh. If you want to go for a full bind, thread your left arm under your left thigh. Reach for fingertips. And then use your left arm to pull your right arm straight. Pull yourself into your full bind and twist. Now, if you're super flexy, you can use your left hand to grab your right wrist. Pull yourself a little bit deeper. Maybe bring your chin to your right shoulder and look up. Each inhale, arch your upper spine. Exhale, maybe twist a little deeper. Take one more inhale. Exhale, release. Plant both hands to the instep of your left foot. Hop up onto your right toes. Set up for, what's this called? Lizard, yeah. Rock forward and back. Do a little exploration. Maybe go a little bit deeper each time you do this. Maybe press your hips down and forward. And then on a backward rocking motion, untuck your right knee, uncurl your right toes. You can stay here if you want, do some exploration. Press the top of your right foot into your mat, squeeze your right leg straight, and maybe drop down to one elbow and the other, maybe both. See what's going on with your left knee, left foot. If your left knee is tracking outward, just angle your left foot out a little bit. Lots of ways to deepen. You can roll over the outside edge of your left foot, drop your left knee out a little wider, go easy. You can even extend your arms out long in front of you if you're like super flexy. Still be here for a few breaths. Just manage your posture. Each inhale, just look, scan your body, find places of activation. And then exhale, try to soften. Now I inhale. Now I exhale. Bring your hands to your mat. Gently bring yourself out. Bend your right knee, point your right toes toward the ceiling, reach your left arm up and over, grab top of your left foot. You know what's going on. Maybe you kind of dip a little lower, maybe twist open a little more, maybe pull your heel toward your glutes. And gently release, step your left foot back, and move through a flow. Let's take a breath together. Exhale into your lungs. Take a deep full breath in through your nose. And open mouth, exhale. Next inhale, send your right leg up and back. Exhale, step your right foot between your hands. Keep your back heel lifted. As you inhale, okay, we're going to send it up for a high lunge. So squeeze your left leg straight. Stack your left heel directly above your right toes. Maybe heel toe your right foot to the right a little bit. Really squeeze your left leg straight. Activate your left glute. So you inhale, just tilt your body up. Reach your arms up overhead. High lunge. Now we've kind of been building up to this point. We've done low lunges and warrior ones and all that. The secret to this pose is your back leg. Squeeze your left leg straight. Press weight into your left toes. It's like you're trying to leave an imprint of your forefoot in your mat. Traction your right heel back, left toes forward. Low belly up and in. Take an inhale, reach your fingertips high. As you exhale, twist your right, left arm forward, right arm back. Now keep reaching back. The tendency is to lean forward. You want to reach back and then shine your torso open to the right. Maybe you look back over your right shoulder. Take one more inhale, twist open. Exhale, sweep your arm down, forward, up. Inhale back to high lunge. I did a little wrong. I'm going to back open into your twist. So left arm forward, right arm back. Take an inhale. As you exhale, tilt your body, left arm down, very slowly. Hover your left hand above your mat, coming into a low lunge twist, but we're doing it the very slow, very hard way. And then eventually plant your left hand on your mat, reach your right fingertips up toward the ceiling. Take one more inhale, reach high, twist open. And exhale, bring your hand to your mat, step your right foot back, and move through a flow. Next inhale, left leg up and back. Exhale, step your right foot between your hands. Keep your back heel lifted. Now take a little longer stride maybe left foot off to the left. Stack your right heel directly over your right toes. Higher is better. It's actually better balance. Squeeze your right leg straight. Engage your right glute. As you inhale, just tilt your body up, sweep your arms up. High lunge. Actively press weight into your right toes. Squeeze your right leg straight. Use your arms as levers. Bring your biceps by your ears. Stack your shoulders directly above your hips. Point your tailbone down, suck your low belly up and in. Take an inhale, reach your fingertips high. Exhale, twist your left. Right arm forward, left arm back. Now, left and right can be very different, but think you're reaching as far as you can, fingertip to fingertip, in order to twist your torso open. Maybe you look over your left shoulder. Tendency is to lean forward, so make a little effort to lean back. Take one more inhale. As you exhale, super slow motion, right hand down toward your mat, left arm up. Hover your right hand above your mat. And then very slowly plant your right hand inside your left foot. Low lunge twist. Push your right hand down, reach your left fingertips high. Take one more inhale. Exhale, release, plant your left hand, step your left foot back, and take yourself through a flow. All right, beautiful work, everybody. Back in downward facing dog. Take a breath, exhale into your lungs. Take a deep, full breath in through your nose. And open mouth, exhale. Now drop your knees onto your mat. Come to standing on your knees, middle of your mat, set up for camel pose. So about hip width distance, 4 to 6 inches between your knees. Send your shins straight back behind you, tops of your feet on your mat. Bring your hands to your low back, touch your pinkies together, point your fingers down. Squeeze your shoulder blades together, squeeze your elbows together. Inhale, press your hips forward. As you exhale, drop your head back into the cradle between your shoulders for camel. Now this is a heart opener back bend, but think more of it as a heart opener. So use your back to open your front. So think about arching your upper spine, press your hips forward, support yourself with your abs. Maybe drop your hands back. If you have each inhale, look up, drop your head back. And if you can, reach for one heel, then the other, fingers on the inside, thumbs on the outside. But keep pressing your hips forward. Take one more inhale. And then exhale, release. Come out the way you went in, support yourself on the way up, bring your head up last. Set your hips back toward your heels. Spend just a moment in hero's pose. Maybe close your eyes. But sit up nice and tall, nice and proud. So navel in just gently, tailbone down just gently. Sit up nice and tall, broaden across your chest, roll your shoulders down and back. Maybe tuck your chin a little bit like you're holding an apple under your chin. Hands on your thighs, palms down or palms up or on your lap. Or namaskar, center of your chest, whatever's comfortable. Just take a moment to appreciate getting through another day, getting through another week. Everybody has challenges for sure these days. I know I've appreciated the ability to practice with others, even though it's in your own location, wherever you might be. It's still at least brings the sense of community together. Although I can't hear you, I still feel it. Let's take a breath together to celebrate. Exhale, lift your lungs. Take a deep, full breath in of light, energy, and life. And exhale only the air. Everything else you get to keep. Float your eyes open. Send your legs out long in front of you. Set up for seated forward fold. Nice little counter maneuver to that little back bendy thing we did. Maybe get your sit bones, kind of pull the fleshy bits away from your sit bones. Now, I like to do a nice active version of this. So squeeze your legs straight, flex your toes toward your face. Plant your hands by your hips. Sit yourself up, sit as tall as you can. This is actually not as easy as it looks. Kind of using every muscle you own. Take an inhale, reach your fingertips high AF. Yes, I said it. Then as you exhale, look at your toes and reach forward as you hinge forward, but keep everything in a nice long straight line. So the longer you keep your spine, the straighter your spine, the more you target the backs of your legs. Now, eventually your hands are going to come somewhere, maybe your shins or ankles or toes or outside of your feet, doesn't really matter where. But if you want to make this a little active and a little bit dynamic, think each inhale, arch your upper spine, try to pull your heart toward your toes. Then exhale, soften your belly toward your thighs. Keep your thighs engaged. Flex your toes toward your face, maybe even lift your heels off your mat. Inhale, drive your heels away from you. Exhale, fold just a little bit deeper. Inhale, press your tailbone back behind you. Exhale, soften a little deeper. Take one more inhale. Then as you exhale, slowly roll yourself up, paintbrush your fingertips along your mat at the sides of your legs. Bend your knees, scoot your hips forward, bring the soles of your feet onto your mat. Reach your arms forward, face your palms toward each other. Then rock back, lift your feet, bring your shins parallel to your mat for half boat. Going to be here for a couple of breaths, great little workout. You can straighten your legs if you want to try full boat, maybe point your toes. You can grab your heels and go into a kind of full boat, kind of assist you pull yourself. You can bring your fingertips to your mat to help squeeze yourself into a tighter V. You can grab the backs of your legs. Lots of options. None of it's cheating. Now, press your palms. Inhale, lift your heart. Exhale, twist your right, look right. Inhale, back to center, heart up. Exhale, twist your left, look left. Inhale, back to center, heart up. Exhale, twist your right, look right. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, twist left. Inhale, back to center. Separate your palms. Inhale, knees to chest, chest to knees. Exhale, lower length and hover. Point your toes. Inhale, knees to chest. Squeeze as tight as you can. Flex your toes toward your face. Exhale, lower length and hover. One more time. Inhale, knees to chest, chest to knees. Squeeze tight. Exhale, lower length and hover and pause. Now we're just hanging out for a couple of breaths. If this ever aggravates your lower back, you want to try to press your lower back into your mat. And if you want, you can scissor kick your feet for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, release. Bring your arms up over your head, grab opposite elbows, press your heels away from you, press your tailbone into your mat, press your navel toward the ceiling, flare out your lower ribs, hunch your shoulders by your ears, big stretch, whole front side body. Now hug your knees up into your chest, give yourself a tight squeeze, curl up into a tight little yogi ball. Maybe roll side to side, forward, back. Massage your lower spine. Supine butterfly. Press the soles of your feet together, grab the outside edges of your feet, interlace your fingers. Now, there's a couple of different ways to get into this. You can actually press the soles of your feet together. Notice how that widens your knees. It's go easy because it's a little awkward. Kind of stay here for a breath or two if you want. Next step, bring the outside edges of your feet up toward the ceiling so your legs are hovering above you. Then pull your big toe mounds down toward your heart. And this is targeting your lower back. At least it is for me. So spread your knees wide. Use your arms just to gently pull your big toe mounds down toward your heart. Maybe tuck your chin. You can even press your soles of your feet together a little bit to activate things a little bit differently. And when you're ready, happy baby, grab the outside edges of your feet. This is an active pose. So bring your knees outside wider than your rib cage. Use your arms to pull down on your feet as you use your legs to press up toward the ceiling. And you want to flatten as much of your spine on your mat as you can. Maybe tuck your chin. Go ahead and roll around a little bit. Straighten one leg, straighten the other. Make funny noises, make funny faces. Go ahead and release. Bring your feet down to your mat, bend your knees, set up for a bridge pose. Now, shimmy your shoulder blades under your low back. Bring your heels up so you can just graze your heels with your fingertips. About hip width distance on your feet. Go ahead and press your hips up toward the ceiling. And you can continue to shimmy your shoulders under your rib cage. If you want, you can interlace your fingers, come up onto your triceps, squeeze your elbows straight. Now, I like to kind of drive weight into my heels so I can press my hips up higher, and think about pressing your sternum toward your chin versus the other way around. Take one more inhale. Then as you exhale, maybe come up on your tippy toes so that you can roll your spine down one vertebra at a time. Now extend your left leg, hug your right knee up into your chest, bring your knee outside your rib cage in toward your armpit. Then use your left hand to guide your right knee across your body. Extend your right arm out to the right, maybe cactus and look to your right, spinal twist. Now you can hook your right foot behind your left knee, or you can extend your right foot away from your body. It gives you extra weight, kind of maybe help you twist. But work toward bringing your right shoulder down toward your mat. This is another great thing to do maybe before class or even after class. You can stay in a position like this for 5 minutes or more. And you'll notice that on each inhale and each exhale, you can soften a little bit deeper. It takes many breaths to really get there. We don't have enough time to do it now, but just something to think about in the future. Come back to center, squeeze your right knee, extend your right leg, pull your left knee up into your left armpit, so outside your rib cage. Use your right hand, guide your left knee across your body, extend your left arm out to the left, look to your left, figure out what to do with your left leg, left foot. Left and right can be very different. Work toward getting your left shoulder down onto your mat. And soften on your exhales. Inflate on your inhales, and then just release and let gravity take over on each exhale. When you're ready, come back to center. Give yourself one more squeeze. Then extend your legs out long and move into final resting pose, Savasana. Let your mat do all the work. Let your feet flop open. Maybe shimmy your shoulder blades up under your back ribs. I have a couple of announcements, maybe keep an ear open for that. We are a donation-based studio, as you most likely know. Trying to keep this going. This is really a community effort that the whole idea between paying is to just pay it forward to the next people that maybe don't have the opportunity or the means to pay now. But it all works out. So think about paying it forward on our website, yogatothepeople.com/donate. I'll put that in the chat box. So thank you for that. But I sincerely mean this. I thank you for coming. Thank you for moving together and breathing together, even though we couldn't hear each other. I know that was going on. And it's really an honor to have the opportunity to guide you through your practice in this particular format. On our website where we have our classes that you probably use to get here, there's a couple other offerings. There's pranayama breathing, and there's a master classes on Wednesday morning. So if you ever want to check that out, highly recommend it. different practice, get a lot deeper in some things, a lot more stretchy things. And also all of our online classes end up on our YouTube site, but also buried in our YouTube is a seminar that one of our teachers gave, Catherine from New York, and it's called Stress and the Nervous System. I highly recommend it. It's fascinating, goes into sympathetic, parasympathetic nervous systems, all sorts of fascinating things, how the breath works, basically how the body works. It's only an hour long, but it is absolutely fascinating. So go to the Yoga to the People YouTube and look for that. Highly recommend it. I have a little quote, and it is, "It's okay to fall apart sometimes. Tacos fall apart, and we still love them." Thank you again. Stay here as long as you'd like. If you'd like to, on your departure, feel free to unmute yourself. Come say hi, whatever you'd like. It's much appreciated.